Alright guys, welcome back to Rome Reviews. I'm Rome, and today we have the Realme GT8 Pro, the Dream Edition, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, in all honesty, I have been using this phone for about 5 days now, roughly. So, I have a few initial thoughts on it, but of course I'm going to spend more time with the phone, and then we'll do like the full maybe 2 week review and then a 1 month review and so on and so forth. But anyway, let's jump over to the overhead and let's get going. So of course, like I said before, I've been using the phone, but what I'm going to do today is just my usual thing where I open the box and show you what your experience would be like if you ordered this device. While I'm doing this, I'll say that the GTA Pro Dream Edition is really not different from the GTA Pro. You just get special little knickknacks here and there, with this being the Formula One special edition. So let's get into it. Right here is where you would normally see the phone, which I have it outside of the box right now. So let's go ahead and open that. And yep, that's where the phone would be. And I'll just lay it in there. No big deal. That's how it will look. No biggie. All right, let's keep moving. And right out of the gate is you'll see that you have the additional camera module cover on here, where you can swap these bad boys out. Just really nice touch there. And they have like this carbon fiber appearance to them, even though they're, I don't know if you hear that, but they're metal. So yeah, anyway, real nice. And you have the screwdriver here, and it says Realme on it. All right, all right, all right. Just really nice touches. So let's take that bad boy out of the way, close it back up and take it out. Get that box out of the way. And let's go inside. And you'll notice over here to the left, bottom left, you have your 120 watt charger. Oh, I mean, this is insane. Just 120 watts, just bam, just in your face. All right. And you have your USB, let's see, USB A to USB C charging cable. And over here, you have this box just packed with a couple of things. And let me take that, and we'll get back to that in just a moment. What I want to talk about really quickly is this. I mean, it's not often you use sim tools, but I mean, when you get a special edition one, you gotta show appreciation to that. So it says 14 Fernando Alonso. I don't keep up with F1, so I'm not really sure who that is. But yeah, look at that. I'm not gonna take it out just because, but I had trouble getting that thing back in there. You can tell I ripped the corner there, just a mess. But this thing is just really cool. I just love little special touches like that. And you have to show appreciation for it. So let's close that for just a moment, and let's go ahead and jump into this box. And on the front it says "Make it real," of course. And in the box, look at this. You have two cases, and you have one for the circular camera module, if you have that one on there. And let's put that one back in. And you have the one for the square camera module if you decide to put that on. I think I'm going to leave this out right now because I may switch it in the course of this video, just show you how the process looks. And you have the books, so on and so forth. Nobody reads that, so I'm going to leave that in there, but we'll sit this one over to the side for now. All right, show you how that looks. All right, let's put that back. And let's jump over to the phone itself. All right, so on the back, you have your camera module there, of course. You have your special edition of Aramco Formula One team design there. And you have Realme there, and you have this like wing-like effect on the side. Just really nice. Just, I mean, a really well-designed phone. Now, I know a lot of people would be like, it's too much going on the back, or I don't really care for green and so on and so forth, but you know, I just appreciate it. This is different for me. I normally go with a black or a white phone, but I've been trying to switch it up lately. But anyway, on the right side of the screen, you have your power button in that lime green, and you have your volume rocker and your antennas, of course. On the top, you have speaker, and you have your IR blaster. I don't know how that's showing up on camera for you guys, but hopefully it's showing up. IR blaster and sensors and stuff like that. On the left side, it's pretty clean, except for your two antenna. And you have some warning stuff down, recycling, non-recyclable, just stuff down here at the bottom. I don't know if you see that. But yeah, and on the bottom, you have your speaker, SIM tray tool, USB-C port, and yeah, just a really well-designed phone, completely flat display. Just really nice. Okay, so jumping into, let me turn the brightness up to where I want it to be, to where it shows up nicely on camera. Turn off auto brightness adjustment. All right, so on this phone, let's go down to about. You have Realme UI 7 out of the box. And of course they put the whole name there and device name, which looks crazy when you connect it to other devices. Like, you know, if you're using Android Auto, it shows up as Realme GT8 Pro Dream Edition, the whole name. So yeah, anyway, this one does have the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5. Snapdragon Elite. I completely fumbled that. Let's go back again. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. You have a 7,000 milliamp hour battery in here, and you have 16 gigs of RAM with the extended 12 gigs there. Nothing too crazy. Just click on that, and you see it's expanded there. Okay, no big deal. You can turn that off if you want to, Rich. I normally do. It's really rare that you really use enough RAM to leak over into the additional 12 gigs, and plus the 12 gigs is much slower than actual RAM. So yeah, I won't get too nerdy into that, but yeah, I normally turn it off. I mean, no reason to have it on for me. For others that may, if you're running, I've just in recent years, I haven't had an experience where I've just consumed all the RAM on my phone. Yeah, I just don't do that. Okay, so the cameras, you have your front 32 megapixel and you have your rear 50, 50, and 200 megapixel telephoto. All right. You have your Trinity Engine Performance Booster, and you can click into that, see how that looks, and just if you're a performance nerd, you can get in there and dig into your performance. And really, that's it for the most part. I do want to jump back over to this camera real quick because I do want to just show you how that process looks for switching out your camera module. So one moment. I took the case out, but I did not take the module and the screwdriver out. So one moment. Let me get those. All right, so let's get back into it. So boom, laid it there. And these screws are super tiny, so you make sure you keep up with them. I need to look at what that looks like on like ordering cases for this phone and things like that, and see if they come with their own camera modules to make sure that the case itself will fit. I just don't know how that looks, or if they offer a square version of the case and a circle version, depending on what module you have on here. Either way, that's pretty simple. Take the two screws up, off, lift up, put the other on there, match it up, pop two screws back in. Really simple. But I will say that if you lose these screws or this screwdriver, you're gonna have a rough time getting this set back up. So, I mean, you're switching these back out. You may just have to live with the camera module that you have on there. Or, I mean, of course you could, I mean, you can buy anything online. So you can always buy replacements and stuff like that. But who wants to go through that? So here we are. We got the square one on there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm more of a square guy or a circle guy. But anyway, let's go ahead and pop this case on there so you guys see how it looks. Boom. I'm not big on cases, but this is a nice case. It does accumulate fingerprints. I don't know if that shows up on camera or not, but it does. But anyway, let's jump back into the device itself. So I'll say, and like I said, this is just a real quick first look, unboxing, initial thoughts. So I'll say that the OS itself is really smooth, and this being the global version, you get your Google stuff out of the box. Everything works, and if you swipe over to the left, you get your Google News here. I'm obsessed with Arc right now. I love that game so much. It's such a good game. Really well done. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to do more testing, and you can see I got all my icons here. I haven't dumped them on the side screen, just really been lazy about that. But I haven't really organized them, but I'll get there. But what I want to say is I did install Wuthering Waves, and I've done some initial testing, and when I crank everything up, I will say that I've noticed frames lost or things just not animating when I'm fighting different bosses. When there are a lot of effects on the screen, I've noticed that things are not animating. And the way that I noticed that was when I was fighting, I was getting hit by stuff that wasn't there. So I think I need to do more testing, but I think that this one is not. You're not going to be able to max out your settings when you're gaming. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to also be doing more testing with the cameras themselves. Um, I'll say, just to be honest, so far I'm not blown away with performance, but they are pretty on par with other cameras on the market. I'm going to have to do more testing with that 200 megapixel because I want to see what it can do. Like I said, I always say this, I want to be fair to the camera because the X200 Ultra has really spoiled me, and I'm having a hard time not comparing this since it has a 200 megapixel sensor on here. I'm having a hard time not comparing it to that, but anyway, cameras are decent so far. I'm gonna do more testing. It's a lot more to come. And let me see what else. Customization is. I'll say this feels more like Oppo, OnePlus, C. Simply, I mean, I know Realme is a daughter company for Apple, whatever, sister company, whatever. I'll say that customization itself feels really similar to those other phones, the Oppo and the OnePlus. You get your icons here, and you can change how they look. But since I have a theme applied, I have the default special edition theme applied. If I change those, it will take that theme off, and I'm not going to apply it because I don't want to impact my theme. But yeah, it just really feels like Apple. I mean, like the Oxygen. I think it's Oxygen and Color OS. It feels like those. Very similar. You can change the rounded corners to square it to more circle. You can change the size. I mean, a lot of customization here out of the box. I really, really appreciate that. And Android 16 is starting to come around to where they're giving you those options to customize your icons as you see fit. Welcome, welcome to the party, Android 16. Oxygen OS and Color OS has had these features for a little while. You can click on more, and you can do your edge lighting. You can do your fingerprint animation. You have a few of those there. Actually, I'm going to change mine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that for now. And you just, you have a whole slew of things. So it's feature packed where you could just customize your phone and get a lot of features out of it. And you can apply your themes and so on and so forth. But so far, Realme UI, I think that's what it's called. I just looked at it. Yeah, Realme UI 7. Yeah, it's really nice so far. I haven't had any hiccups so far. The only thing, and it's just me being old and showing my age. Pandora does not work on here. I can't get it to load. Actually, let me go and pull it up again. I know it's probably looking me in my face, but I'm gonna go to the app drawer and hit it. And you'll see that it just sits here at the screen and it never actually loads. Actually, it's going to time out and say it has a connection issue. Don't know what that's about, especially since this is a global ROM. I have no idea what that's about. But I just switch over to my YouTube Music and we have no issues there. Widgets and things of that nature all work on here so far. Still, like I have the turntable widget here, and you can resize it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Everything seems to work outside of Pandora so far. I'm still testing things. I have my Pixel Watch. I pulled my Pixel Watch and dusted it off and connected it to this phone because the Pixel Watch doesn't work with all the Chinese phones that I use. So, yeah, it's just really nice so far. Still going to be testing, like I said. And if there's anything specific that you want to see me test on this phone, feel free to drop a comment down below. Any specific features. Like I said, I'm going to be getting into the cameras and things like that, and doing more gaming testing and see what that's about. I'm really thinking I'm going to have to dial the settings down, but we'll see. I don't know what that's about, since it does have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 in it. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, really appreciate you guys tuning into this unboxing and initial thoughts. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps, it goes a long way, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, catch you later.